What is up, everybody? It is Brian with First Shot Tactical, back with another video for you here today. We are going to be unboxing the Springfield Armory Echelon. And yes, I have the worst time saying that word, Echelon, whatever. Either way, just got this guy picked up. And for anyone looking to grab one of these, I wanted to just give you a quick unboxing on what you can expect. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so got everything out of the package here. Let's go over what we got. We do have a piece of literature here, as if we don't have enough of these already, but this one does have the Springfield Armory logo on it. So you do have a lock. Make sure and store your firearms safely. And then over here, these are back straps you can swap out on the rear of your firearm to make sure and get the grip that you like. We have a magazine and a speed loader for the magazine as well. We also have another magazine inside the bag here that we're gonna get to. And then we also have our pin sets. This is the coolest part about this firearm, and something innovative Springfield Armory has done is they have a basically an optics plate built onto the slide, and you just use their pins here, and you can mount basically any optic you have. RMR footprints like Holosun, CH Precision, Delta Point Pros, basically any pistol red dot that you have, you can mount on with the pin set and the slide cut that they have. Let's get to the main thing here. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. And here it is. Before I set this aside, actually a pretty nice bag Springfield Armory gives to you now. I know they give these to you with the Prodigies as well, so pretty nice as far as keeping your gun stored. And here it is, the Echelon. We do have a mag in the gun here, so we'll get to that in a sec. And we do have a little clear round indicator here. We can pull out, set that aside, and here it is. I did get to shoot this gun, not this specific one, but a demo version on the launch day for the Echelon at my local gun store, Champions Firearms. So I kind of knew what to expect as far as the grip and feel, and I loved it when I tried it out there. So I reached out to Springfield, asked them if they'd send one out to the channel, and they did, so we have to thank them for doing that. That being said, the only difference with the version that they sent me here versus the one you might pick up at your local gun store is the magazines. So they had to send me a second 17 round mag instead of the 20 and a 17. So that's why I have two 17 rounders here, but a typical one that you'd buy at your local gun store or online, it should come with a 20 rounder and a 17 rounder. Major highlights on this gun and why I do like this so much, even before shooting a bunch of rounds through it, again, I did demo this on the demo day, is the grip and the texture. As you can see, this is heavily textured everywhere on the gun, and I mean everywhere, even up here on the recoil spring, as well as then on the other side. I mean, even under the trigger guard and in the front of the trigger guard. Oh my gosh, and even on the magazines, I just noticed. Down here on the magazines, on the side, little ledges here. So anywhere they could add texture to this gun, they did it. And I think it paid off. It makes it look super cool, and it gives you that grip that you want, especially comparing this to a Glock. Most people buy a Glock. Step one is they go stipple it. You don't need to do that with the Echelon here. You're good to go right out of the box. Taking a deeper dive at the gun here, let's go ahead and give her a couple racks. Main thing to highlight here is, let's go ahead and start with the sights here. Here are your sights. You have the white U in the rear, and then in the front, we have a yellow-ish dot, and this is a night sight here, so this does glow in the dark. So if you're in a dark room, you will pick this up, but these do not. This is not a night sight in the rear. You got plenty of rail space up here to mount a flashlight on the front if you want. All the controls are ambidextrous. You can see we have the mag release on this side as well as on this side. Slide release is right here, and again, ambidextrous on both sides as well. I thought I wasn't gonna like this slide release because I just saw how small it was here, and that worried me. But I have to say, this is the most minimalistic slide release and works perfectly fine to where you're gonna have no issues with it, and it's just an overall great design. I don't know how they did it here. Again, in a picture, it looks like, oh, that's way too small. But once you get your hands on it, it is super easy to use. You can see we have a nice little ledge there, and it's just super small from the side profile. So again, good job Springfield on that. All right, next up is the slide. I dig this slide here. Obviously, we have these super aggressive front serrations here, making it very easy to grab the front, rack the slide. You got the same here in the rear as well. But then also they add this little, I don't know if you want to call it like a tail, like a beaver tail here, where you can see you can grab on both sides here, and you can actually pull the slide back there. So you have plenty of different ways to rack the slide however you see fit. And again, this is one of those where I love right out of the box. You don't need to remill your slide, remill for an optics plate, which we're going to talk about here in a sec. All this comes right out of the box and you're good to go. Next up, the trigger. Let's talk about it here. How is it? As far as the trigger here, I actually have our Wheeler manual trigger gauge here. So let's see what the trigger pull is. I think it's gonna be right around like a 6 pound or so trigger pull. But let's give it a couple goes here real quick so that way I can actually tell you what it is. 5.5, wow, pretty good. Let's go again real quick. 5.5 again, let's go one more time. And sure enough, right above 5.5 again. So right in between 5.5 and 6 is your trigger pull on the Echelon. out of the box, phenomenal trigger. The other thing I like is this has an awesome reset. I can show you a little bit. Reset, and then guess what? You pull, you're already right there, and it's good to go. So trigger, I think this is great for being an out-of-the-box trigger. Pretty awesome. All right, last up here we need to talk about is the optics plate. I will be running an optic on it, and I'm actually probably gonna have another video how to install it. It's super easy to do, again, with the pin sets that they provide here. But my one recommendation, if you are not gonna run an optic, take these screws out, add some blue Loctite, retorque those down, to make sure you don't have any issues or some lost screws on your brand new gun. So just a heads up there. All I'm gonna do to this guy, because all it really needs is add a red dot to the top and then add a flashlight to the front here, probably a Surefire. And then like I said, I'll add a CH Precision optic on top here. And other than that, you don't really need to do a whole lot, but I guess time will tell how this does perform and if anything does need added or if there's any issues. Overall, 10 out of 10 out of the box. This feels awesome. I'm excited to use it here. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, or if you do have an Echelon, if you picked one up, let me know your thoughts or feedback on it so far. Would love to hear that and start a conversation down in the comments. If this was helpful, like and subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for some more videos on this. And also I have a bunch of other videos on the channel that might be helpful for you. So go ahead and check those out. Until next time, have fun shooting and we'll see you soon. Thanks everybody.